Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Root Beer here with question number 9 on the 2004 Gauss paper. And so, question number 9, in the diagram, all rows, columns, and diagonals have the same sum. What is the value of x? So, diagonals, so 14 plus 15 plus something needs to have the same sum as, say, a row, so x plus 11 plus something. Or 19 plus 15 plus 11, because the columns have the same sum. Okay, so what can we do for this question? Well, there's sort of two ways I can see to do this one. The first way is the slower way, but it's still going to get us the right answer. What I'm going to do is I realize, I've got a full column there. I've got the 19, 15, and 11. I can add that up and see what this same sum is. And from there, maybe I can work out some of the other values in the square. In fact, we'll be able to complete the whole square if we wanted to. And at some point along the way, get x. So I'm going to do that, and then I think I'll show you what I think is a little bit of a faster way. Okay? Using a little bit more algebra. But we'll go to the notepad. We'll write the thing that we have. So it's 3x3 grid. This sort of thing, by the way, if you've never seen it before, is called a magic square. And if you have seen magic squares, this is actually the most basic magic square with all the entries having 10 added to them. So we have a 14 up here, we've got 15, 19, and 11, and we want x. Okay. So what we can do is we realize, hey, I've got a full column. And that needs to add up to this magic sum, this sum that is all the rows, columns, and diagonals add up to. So we can work out 19 plus 15 plus 11. And it's not that hard. The 9 and the 1 become another 10. And then the 10 and that 10 and that 10, 30 plus 15, 45. So now I know that every row, every column, and every diagonal has to add up to 45. Okay. So, if I wanted to use x, if I wanted to find x, I'd need to know the other two numbers in a row that has x, or the column that has x, or the diagonal that has x. And sadly, I don't know any, I don't have a row or a column or a diagonal that has x and two full numbers, so that's probably my next goal. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is try and get this square right here. And I notice he's part of diagonal involving 14, 15, and himself. So my blue box plus 14 plus 15, that's a diagonal. And it has to add up to the magic number of 45. So we can rearrange this. Subtract off 15, you'll get 30. Subtract off 14, you'll get 16. And I know a 16 now goes in here. Okay. And now I'm in a position to get x. And I can get x plus 11 plus 16 has to be equal to 45 because it's a full row. Okay, well, subtract off 11. We get x plus 16 must be 34. Subtract off 16, and we should get x is equal to 18. And if you need to use your calculator, that's all right. So our answer should be x is equal to 18. Now let's see. There it is. It's E. E18. Okay. Now if we wanted to, we could actually fill in this whole thing. And I encourage you to pause the video and maybe try. And if we fill in the whole thing, by the way, we should get 18, 11, 15, 16, 19, 14. The one that goes here will have to be 13. That'll be 17, and that'll be 12. So if you pause the video and tried it and filled that out correctly, good job. Now, I said I had another way to do this. And it also relies on using this corner, but I don't need to work out that he is 16. And I don't need to work out this sum of 45. So what I'm going to do is I've got the 14 here, I've got my 15, I'm not even going to use the 19, I've got the 11, I've got the x, and I'm going to give this a special name. I'm going to call him y. Okay. Now I have a diagonal containing y, so that's 14 plus 15 plus y. And that has to have the same sum as all the rows or any of the columns. I've got a row here, x plus 11 plus y. These have to be the same sum. They gave us that in the question. But now look at this. I've got a y on both sides. And I'm left with 14 plus 15, which is 29, is equal to x plus 11. I'll bring the 11 over to the other side, and once again, I get 18 for my value of x. And that didn't resort to any of these other calculations, so that's sort of a slicker way. You can try and keep that in your back pocket, and if you see another question like this, and there are questions like this, sometimes they switch it up and have the product of every number in the rows is equal to the same as the product of every number in the columns. But sometimes introducing a little bit of algebra can help us solve the question a lot faster. Okay, I only have to do one calculation there. Okay, so that was question number 9. And we've got one more question in part A, and that's going to be question 10. We're going to take a look at that in the next video.